Salom, salom, salom. Hello and welcome to TABILA podcast. I am Dr. Mina and today's episode is deeply personal. Welcome back to the part 2 of today's podcast as a tribute and Adab in Janaza. And I know many Pamiris, Shugni, all across, this side or that side of the ocean or this side of Badakhshan and that side of Badakhshan. Most of it, my students who are studying English, I would like to record this in English and perhaps this will kind of position my what I was aiming today with this podcast. I want to talk about the moment I posted this tribute, not after even 5 or 6 photos that I myself, these are the photos of Brother Osama, which is an Emirati, but I come from the land of Tajikistan with origin of Pamiri Badakhshani from Khorog, but from the land of Tajikistan. The moment I posted 5, not more, I posted 5 and I needed to go for work. I immediately got like hate speech. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about, how many of us see it every single day online, yet very few of us address openly. I would like to start talking about hate speech and digital hostility, especially in Shugni and Pamiri, but especially in Central Asia or Asian context. Perhaps as a time, the quiet normalization of tearing each other down. And those who are not getting into context what I'm talking about, let me just give a little bit of example. A few days ago, I shared on my Instagram a heartfelt post offering my condolences for the tragic loss of a family friend. The tragic car accident happened in Tajikistan, and as a family, we lost a brother, a close friend. But it's not only a family friend, that from another country, from Emirates, but a person who brought to Tajikistan an idea of sport and the quality of the sport. To that I witnessed. But I was as a witness with a camera person who is just pictures, kids, any emotions that were on that day. Nothing to do with political situations of Tajikistan. It was a family. And I, as a sister who happened to have a camera, got in that day and had those beautiful, amazing pictures. But the response to Instagram, although it's a very small, they think, right? But the response to Instagram, especially from my tribe, Pamiri, Badakhshani, Tajik, whatever tribe you call it, but especially from my tribe, it was a hate speech. In our culture, when a soul leaves this world, and the moment you hear it that they left, you immediately offer your condolences. And you immediately say by your lips or in your heart, you say, from dust we come and to dust we return. But you say it very nicely, with a grace, with empathy. But this particular incident, we have a saying in our language, in our tradition, and it says Kori Berasm. This whole concept explains the idea that when the younger people leave earlier than the parents, and the parents have to grieve, and when you take, we call it mait, when you take a body to parents, and how are you going to tell a parents that your son or your daughter or the younger one that left earlier than you, we carry a deeper philosophical meaning to it. So the entire concept calls Kori Berasm. And we have a prayers to that, especially. A woman back home, grandmothers, mothers, we have a prayers. We say, Ya Mawla, let children reach old age. Protect the youth from early departure. And bless the elders with the light of faith. I want you to pay attention to the prayers that we always say. Protect the youth from early departure. So let a soul and a person have their journey in this planet. And may a parent never see a pain. May a father or a mother or a sister, that elder, never see a pain of a younger ones that leaving this world. We always wish that the younger ones would stay with us. And what a character that I described earlier, what he left behind. And sometimes we also call it, God, I'm going to be emotional right now. But sometimes we also call it that he actually asked for it, perhaps, maybe. But it's a sister call. And as a sister, we have many sisters out there, many sisters out there who actually are in grieving pain. We grieve for so many things. But we also have a tradition of Janaza houses. Our whispered prayers and tears of mothers and tears of sisters right now in the mountains of Badakhshan. There's so many. All we do is cry. And no one talks about it. All we do is we hurt and we're in a pain and we carry inside all these mountains. And every cry and every janaza, perhaps, witness, I would record this podcast, witness to my dad janaza, that all that we're trying to do is to make it political. And I would call it out. Janaza is not a political place. And it's not a space to just vent your political situations, your political, how you stand for this or for that. And I will not allow, not on TABILA podcast, none of in my social media. And even if I will be physically around family, no more. I will not allow. And I call for every spiritual, religious, whatever they know about janazas and whatever they have authority to pay attention to this matter. Since this 2022, every janaza becomes political. Every woman, every comment, every post, they're trying to tear us apart and put it into more political temperature, which is not. And I would like to talk about it. My podcast is not a joke and it's not a fun hobby. No way. It's something that we need to think carefully, and we need to hold all of us to the highest level of dignity and humanity that our grandparents left behind. We are custodians of this planet. We are custodians of our own behaviors and call out for the behaviors which is not, absolutely not correct. This is not how our grandparents taught us. In today's global world, Many of us express digital condolences by medium of online because the world is structured like that, and this is how we express. We just want to get through all these borders and gates and go through digital message to become intentional, aggressively positive by expressing how humanity, how we work, how we honor, how we show a solidarity and keep tradition alive, even if it's distance. And it happened to be my brother of another tribe. And they are the Abu Dhabi Emirati brothers that I will stand by them. Yes, I am from the land of mountains of Badakhshan, Tajikistan. Yes, I am, but I will not allow any janaza. I will not allow any sad days and sorrow days to have even temperature of political attitude. Not on my Instagram, not on my social media, not on my podcast. I will not allow, and I will stand strongly. Even during mourning, hateful comments appeared. This is a space of compassion turned into political accusations. And such comments, even if it's one comment that comes to me, I will not allow. It's a bigotry. It's a comment that divides. It's a comment that says that I am a hypocrite and I'm running after. Comment was very hurtful to say that I am a double face and we are running after these political gains and people who have money and power, and the stigma that associates with Emirates that they have a lot of money. That's why I post. But not only that, the comment was actually expressing a deep voice of many people from my culture and from my tribe, from that particular land. Not only that, but there's one comment that he says, all of you Pamiris and Tajiks or whatever you are, but I am a Pamiri, Shugni, all of you women, you have connections, you have some affairs with these people, which is shameful. Shame on you. That I hold the highest dignity and esteem to my brothers rather than you, dirty mind, whoever you are, thinking that every post that all Shugni sisters is posting that associates with something that we have an affair with men. Shame on you. And I will call it out. Let the entire planet know that what we deal with hate speech. Instead of allowing family to grieve, you, whoever hateful comments you share, is actually using janaza, an expression of condolences, and a death to have a score point. This is what I say when I say that we are normalizing the act of tearing each other down. We are forgetting adab, which furthermore, my podcast becomes much more stronger. We are forgetting respect. This is not I am creating from another world. This is what our grandparents taught us across all these high mountains. We come from the very high mountains of 8,400 meters above the sea level, and we do not have a digital adab of respect and sacredness of someone else's pain. And I would call it out. From now on, I even see a small disrespect level to any janaza, any condolences houses that you put a political pressure to it. I will call it out, and I will use my podcast to be a voice for it. As a sister. This is not my job. My job is education. My job is development. This is a job of religious leaders. You call it Khalifa. Wiseens, they're supposed to talk about it rather than they give you abstract. Let me have a Sabr Jamil with hate comments. I will stand by my global family, and I will carry forward my father legacy, which taught us every guest is welcome. Intellect is the highest form of politics, and the true face one shows is the face of a character and honor and dignity. So let me ask you, who is the man here? As a sister right now, or you who carry a hate speech during Janaza and make it as political? This issue affects our communities, our youth, our women, and especially the next generation who grows up thinking that this kind of a digital cruelty is normal. Today's episode is not about one comment. Could be. Why not? It happened that I saw it. But it is also about a pattern rising across social media spaces, especially when women speak. Yes, when I have a podcast, when youth use their voices, when they DM me, when they cry, when they're in pain, when they're looking for any space right now to understand what's normal, what's not normal. When someone from a minority background expresses experience with pride, we keep talking about it, that we're very proud of this community. We're very proud that we come from the mountains. But look at the pattern. Silence does not protect dignity. Silence protects the problem.